What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk about Kathleen Kennedy, but I'm not going to be doing the talking. No. We have a special guest. No, it's not Leia. We have a special guest that emailed me a few weeks ago. Her name is Jessie Milestone from Mindless Entertainment. That is her YouTube channel. I'm going to leave links below. And Jessie, she's a really cool YouTuber, and I've seen a few of her videos. And she and I have been talking, and she shot a video for this channel. She sent it to me. I liked it. I think it's very good. She spends the first few minutes kind of doing like an impersonation of me, but once she moves into her true self, that's where the magic happens. So watch this video. She makes some extremely great points that I had not even thought of yet. But that's what's great about having a female perspective, is she has a different perspective on this whole Kathleen Kennedy thing, and I think she makes some great points. So after you're done watching the video, drop some comments below. Let her know what you think. Let me know what you think. And you guys say hey to Leia. She's making her appearance again. And enjoy the video. Here is Jessie Milestone.
What's up, geeks and gamers? It's not Jeremy coming to you with another video. Jeremy's not here right now, so I, Jessie Milestone, am going to make a video where I do my best Jeremy impression, and it's really terrible, so bear with me. But I'm going to do a video that I think Jeremy would probably want to talk about, and I'm going to try to do it the way he would do it, so here we go. Today, we're going to talk about Kathleen Kennedy, my favorite person ever, also Jeremy's favorite person ever. So, I want to talk about a theory that's been stewing around in my head for a little bit, and see what you guys think about it. So, we have a lot of things that Kathleen Kennedy has done, right, talking about the Star Wars universe, where she's branded the Force is female, you know, the Force is female. We all love that slogan, right? The Force is female. No, it's not. Anyway, we also have, anyway, that's the more Jeremy. Anyway, he's a very different accent than I do, so just bear with me. Also, I apologize. I don't have a cute little dog named Leia, so instead, here's a picture of my cat, Han Solo. Enjoy. I'll leave that up there for a minute or two for your enjoyment. Anyway, back to the point. Kathleen Kennedy is a person that we don't like. I'm a lot less, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be Jeremy. He's so much more thought out in his vocal approach. I'll give you a taste of what I'm really like later on. We'll get there. So Kathleen Kennedy has said a lot of things too. We have a lot of clear feminist SJW branding and messaging in the current Star Wars saga, right? So then you look at Kathleen Kennedy herself, and she is a person, you know, she's a major producer, president of Lucasfilms, etc., who has, you know, risen up in Hollywood in a traditionally male-dominated society, career path, chosen career path. Sorry, Jeremy never uses his hands either. God, I'm going to stop doing that. It's going to be hard for me. Okay, so we have, she's come up in a very male-oriented career and made it her business to rise to the top of that, did a really good job of that, right? And you have, you know, people like J.J. Abrams coming out and saying like, oh, she's aware of the issue that there are, you know, she's conscious of wanting to hire more female writers and directors for Star Wars, and I'm gonna call bullshit on that. I'm just gonna go out and say that's just a load of crap. Why hasn't she yet? There have been plenty of opportunities. There have been numerous opportunities. You know, they have the live action show coming out. They have, you know, they've put out 3 movies. 4th one's coming out in a little bit, and we have yet to have a female writer or director on one of these. Now, why is that? Maybe it's not all of the Last Jedi haters that are threatened by women. Maybe it's Kathleen Kennedy who's threatened by women. Now let's think about this, right? She is a powerful woman in a powerful position, who talks about all this and has yet to hire another powerful woman. When you look at actually the cast, you know, the crew breakdowns of the new Star Wars movies, there's not a particular wealth of women on anywhere in the crew, anything like that. So why is that? Why could that be? Well, a lot of women in powerful positions feel threatened by other women in powerful positions. that seems weird, but there's a reason for it. There are lots of reasons for that, and I can speak for that. Being a woman, I referee fencing. Refereeing fencing is a very male-dominated arena, and I've gone through what that's like to try to be one of the few women refereeing my particular weapon, and dealing with all the different blowbacks and pressures that come from the men I work with. Now, Kathleen Kennedy doesn't talk about that a lot. That's a thing she does not talk about. She's actually been noticeably silent about the struggles of being a woman in Hollywood, of being a woman who's a producer, of being a woman in a high-level position. So she maybe feels threatened by other powerful women because maybe she feels like they didn't do the same work that she did to earn it, right? And that's a thing. Right? Where, and maybe also like Kathleen Kennedy, when you look at her, she looks like a, power suit kind of lady. She's not like a super glamorous, do a lot of makeup, wear a lot of dresses. She maybe was a tomboy at some point in her life or something like that. And so you look at someone like that and you think, okay, a lot of people in that position sometimes see a younger, more traditionally pretty looking girl who wears a lot of makeup and who's more sexually appealing to men and things like that in a traditional way, and they feel threatened by that because they're like, well, if this woman is in my position or has the power that I have, then the men are just gonna like her better and want to give her things because she's prettier than me. And that's an inner prejudice that you do have to work consciously to overcome. You do have to actually dig that out and get over it. I've had to do that. I've been in that situation of feeling that jealousy of, oh, well, the guys all fawn over her because, she looks like a Barbie and she's quiet and sweet and her voice is like this, and why doesn't that happen to me? Because I don't pander to that sort of thing. But you just overcome that. We're conscious thinking people. We're rational people. You just get the F over that. Now, the other thing that's a big thing is that idea of, well, the next group that comes in didn't have to work as hard as I did. They didn't have to go through what I did in order to get to where they are. And that's true. That's true. But she ain't the first one, Sorry. All right. We're going to drop the Jeremy. We're going to get into some hardcore Jesse now. If you like what's about to happen, check out Mindless Entertainment. That's where I do my yelling about Star Wars and other related topics. Anyway, so you ain't the first one. You ain't the first one to do this. You're not the first woman in a position of power in the entertainment industry, in media, etc. And the people who came before you had to struggle a lot harder than you did, all right? They had to struggle a lot harder. They had to go through a lot more crap in order to get to where they are. Look at the first female writers, the first authors who were women. Nobody knew were women. They couldn't be female writers. They had aliases. They had alternate identities. They had secret identities. You didn't even know who they were. So Kathleen Kennedy, maybe look back at that and be like, oh shit, I had to work so much less hard than those people in order to get to where I was. Like she obviously got very lucky. She clearly worked very, very hard. She worked her way up through a television station, and I know from people that I know that especially at the time that she was doing it, was an incredibly male-dominated area that didn't respect women and didn't respect their competency. It was really, really hard to be taken seriously. So I have respect for the fact that she was able to do that, but you pay that forwards. You don't just sit there and cut it off and be like, well, I did it, so everyone else has to work the same amount for that, which is funny because that's like a very, very typically conservative Republican ideology that just doesn't really seem to match with her uber, SJW, women power agenda. So that's weird, but you pay that forwards, make it easy. You don't want every woman to have to struggle the same way you did. That's the opposite of progress. You want to be in that position to make it easier for other people coming up behind you. And she's won these awards for being a great mentor. I'm like, okay, great. You were such a great mentor, but where are all these women now? If you're such a great mentor and you're so good at, helping new and upcoming filmmakers, where the F are they now? And I'm not saying that she should go out and just exclusively hire women for Star Wars for forever, because that's crazy. She should hire qualified, competent women. Yes, they're out there. I don't have an issue. I don't have a problem at all with her hiring men if those are the most qualified people in the field. Now, in this kind of situation, right, in a Hollywood situation, that means that there are just more men working right now because they're in that profession, they're in that chosen career path. Sorry, we're going to go on a little tangent here about, equality in the workplace. I don't believe in forced equality in the workplace. I don't think that you should be hiring people in minority groups over more qualified people just because they're in a minority group. But now when you have equal qualifications, right? When you have equal qualifications, sure, why not? Hire the woman. Because when you think about it that way, okay, well, oh, it's so, it's hurting men. Like, this is the whole idea, right? Is if I, as Kathleen Kennedy, I'm Kathleen Kennedy, right? And I have an equally qualified male writer, I have an equally qualified female writer, right? If I reject the male writer, odds are he didn't have to struggle as much to be in that position as the female writer did, and odds are he's gonna go on and have an easier time getting success than that female writer is. So yeah, sure, hire the woman. Why not? Find a qualified woman, hire her, right? And that's like, this whole business about like, well, there aren't qualified people. There are. Why aren't there as many? Lots of different reasons, and not all of them are just about, you know, sexism and racism and whatnot and things like that. There's all different reasons why that happened. Yeah, are there certain predilections where certain genders tend to want to do one thing more than the other? There are biological tendencies and biological predispositions, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be giving people an opportunity who want to break out of those molds. I mean, how many you know, movies do we have about the young man who wants to go his own way and not follow in his father's footsteps and break away, you know, like, oh, the military father who wants his son to be in the military and he wants to be an artist or whatever, you know, stuff like that. Like, we're supposed to laud that. We're supposed to want that. We're supposed to support people being individuals and leading their own lives and being iconoclasts and breaking rules and breaking traditions. That's what makes fun things like fun movies. So yes, we should be supporting people who have not traditionally been in certain jobs, etc. We should support them coming into those jobs, but we should not be doing it at the expense of quality. We've already seen so much expensive quality in the Star Wars franchise. Anyway, sorry, huge tangent, but the point is that Kathleen Kennedy is probably threatened by other women in Hollywood, and that is why she won't hire them to do important things in Star Wars. She likes being the only top dog there, the only woman in that position, having all the attention for being that woman and getting to be the sole spokesperson of women in Hollywood, you know, because she's so powerful, etc. And she just doesn't want to share any of that. So, I know that's a little more rambly than Jeremy usually is, but hopefully you feel me and you'll enjoyed some of that. And if you liked any of this, Mindless Entertainment is where I usually live. So come and hang out with me sometimes. Get your yelling out. I feel sometimes like the yelly part is maybe what goes on inside Jeremy's head when he's sitting here being like so good for you guys, so measured and thought out in everything he says. And I feel like maybe my voice is screaming inside his head like, kill Kathleen Kennedy! And stuff like that. So that's all. I'm sure Jeremy will be coming at you with another video very, very soon. But until then, I'm Jessie Milestone. Have a wonderful day.